beautiful Monday in the city of Oka. Many thanks for joining us for the Monday edition of a Sports Splash on ABS TV. My name is Ike Nwokedi. A whole lot went down in the world of sports, and we are here to take you around the world of sports in 360 degrees. And of course, for the headlines, let's tell you that stadium construction expert Money Michel has offered some professional advice to the Super Eagles ahead of their match against South Africa. We'll tell you about Rita Chikwelo. Rita Chikwelo, former Super Falcons skipper, and she was honored by Omonachi community, and that was over the weekend. We'll talk about that on the show. Also, Cameroon reinstates Brice as coach of the national team. And of course, lastly, on the international scene, Kylian Mbappe has signed for Real Madrid. I will give you the details of that deal in the course of the show. It is Sports Splash, the Monday edition. Is the first one for the week. I'm glad you could join us for the program. Now, let's begin with our first story. Our first story will start from Omonachi community. Yes, our Omonachi community is a community domiciled in Dunukofia, LGA of Anambra State. And over the weekend, Omonachi community, like I told you, in Dunukofia, LGA of Anambra State on Saturday, the 1st of June, honored her illustrious daughter and Super Falcons star, Rita Chikwelo. The honor for the Saudi-based Women's Premier League star who plays for Al Shabab was in the form of a novelty football match between Omonachi All-Stars versus Rita Chikwelo and friends. At the novelty match played at the Central School pitch, Omonachi, which had the President General of the town, architect Frank Okonkwo, performing the ceremonial kickoff, saw Rita Chikwelo and friends are seen off Omonachi All-Stars by 3-2, with the celebrant scoring a brace, while Super Falcons player Osinachi Ohale was also on the score sheet. In his address, High Chief Honorable Madabuchi Ebo, a.k.a. Ebubechukwu Omonachi, who donated the sum of 500,000 naira to the celebrant for the establishment of a Rita Chikwelo Academy, and as well donation of jerseys to the All-Stars, stated that the event was an occasion to celebrate Rita Chikwelo, who made Omonachi proud, Omonachi community proud by playing at the highest level of football, which saw her playing for the senior national team, the Super Falcons, and captaining the team. Honorable Ebo informed that the financial support is to aid the benefactors' quest of setting up the Rita Chikwelo Academy, which will be a platform to unearth abundant football talent and encourage the youth of the community and beyond to engage in sports through the instrumentality of football. The Omonachi chieftain affirmed that the town is blessed with different personalities who are excelling in various fields of endeavors, while also praying for Chikwelo to get to the zenith of her footballing career. In his remarks, the President General of Omonachi, architect Frank Okonkwo, appreciated Rita Chikwelo for making the community and the state are proud by excelling in her career as a footballer. The PG described Chikwelo as an ambassador, a role model, and a mentor to many youths who aspire to follow in her footsteps. He prayed for more success stories for Chikwelo in her career, both now and in the future. On his part, the chairman, Dunukofia Local Football Council engineer Okechukwu Okeke, stated that the day was historic for Omonachi, who came out en masse to celebrate Chikwelo for her success story in football. Okeke said that the community is proud to have their daughter back to the land to entertain them on the pitch, while admonishing Chikwelo to continue to be a good ambassador. Re-echoing the views of the Dunukofia LFC chairman, a member of Omonachi All-Stars and organizer, Honorable Emeka Odiono, thanked Chikwelo for putting Omonachi on the map by her exploit in playing the beautiful game of football. Odiono averred that Chikwelo has made her mark and will be remembered for many years to come. In her response, the former Super Falcons captain Rita Chikwelo thanked the entire Omonachi community and all who came out in their numbers to celebrate her through the novelty match. Chikwelo promised to do her best in supporting upcoming male and female footballers through her contacts in ensuring they achieve their dreams of playing professional football. The Al Shabab forward advised the youth to embrace education while pursuing their dream of playing professional football. She highlighted hard work, dedication, being focused and equally eating right are some of the criteria needed in excelling as a professional footballer. Also expressing their views both physically and virtually were Comrade Odira Ezobi, Chairman, Omunachi Sports Association, Honorable Emeka, Honorable Engineer Emeka Okonkwo, Conti Complete, MD and CEO, Anambra State Road Traffic Management Agency, ATMA, Princess Alban Ugonwese Agugo, Chairman, Anambra Rugby Football Association, Ambassador Echezona Obidi, Mr. Tochukwu Onwuba, Mr. Siwa Okalia, and Super Falcon stars Tochukwu Oluehi and Osinachi Ohale. Other programs lined up in celebration of the Rita Chikwelo's return. Saturday's morning walk, Thanksgiving service on Sunday at Emmanuel Anglican Church, Omonachi, and housewarming opening of a new residential home. So it was a great homecoming for Rita Chikwelo. And of course, there was a novelty match being put up by Omonachi All-Stars to celebrate their own daughter, Rita Chikwelo, for her exploits in the round leather game. Moving away from that, now let's talk about this man, Ebiebwe. They call him the Bugatti. He's into stadium construction and he has been there for quite a long time. Mr. Ebiebwe, the chief executive of Money Michelle Sports Facilities Construction Limited, who is also a GMA certified groundsman for hybrid pitch, 3G pitches, and 100% natural grass pitches, golf course and maintenance, have given a professional advice that will propel Super Eagles to win in their forthcoming World Cup qualifying game against South Africa and the Republic of Benin. He made this known while speaking about the games ahead. My personal professional opinion on Nigeria two crucial games with South Africa and the Republic of Benin. It's okay to invite new players, new faces to the Super Eagles team for our two qualifiers, but the salient truth is if the playing condition of the pitch does not aid speed football, our result will not be that different from Finidi predecessors. He said pitches play a pivotal role in elite games like the Nations Cup qualifiers and the World Cup qualifiers, especially when 90% of our team is made of elite players. If we are continuously going to be relying on our foreign-based elite players who have been trained to play on only elite pitches at their various elite club sides in Europe. He further said Nigeria will need to construct two hydroponic hybrid elite pitches that our elite players are familiar with. One in the main bowl of our national stadium, preferably the Lagos National Stadium, Surulere, and a practice pitch with same features at the main bowl. He said the Godswill Abio pitch still remain the best natural grass pitch in Nigeria. However, the dynamics of our playing conditions for elite football have rapidly changed. 90% of all the elite football clubs in the world prefer speed football pitches other than slow pace 100% natural grass pitches that does not support energy restitution. He said the Kokan natural grass pitches in Cote d'Ivoire does not support speed football and also does not support energy restitution. They are energy sapping pitches. He said he believed that sometimes home-based MPFL players can even perform better than our elite players on a 100% natural grass pitch with a slow ball movement. And he further said Nigeria national team is a star-studded team made up of elite players that train week in, week out on synthetic infused pitches that aid speed football and also aid energy restitution. He said, he concluded by saying that in all, the Super Eagles will come out victorious come June 7th. Those were the words of Ebiebwe, the CEO of Money Michelle Stadium Construction Limited, talking about playing football on, of course, speed football on good pitches. And of course, as we look towards that one, Ebiebwe is wishing the Super Eagles all the very best in anticipation of that game. And still on Super Eagles news, let's tell you that goalkeeper Stanley Nwebili, as well as Leicester City duo of Wilfred Ndidi and Kelechi Iheanacho are the latest players to storm the Super Eagles training camp in Uyo ahead of the important 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Also in camp is the AC Milan player Samuel Chukwueze, who arrived in Uyo, and that was On Saturday, the winger has been left out by AC Milan from a friendly against our fellow Serie A club AS Roma to allow him to recover from a muscle problem. Injury has already forced Victor Osimhen out of the World Cup qualifiers, while Bayer Leverkusen winger Nathan Tella has asked to be left out, and Turkey-based players Fisayo Dele, Bashiru and Ibrahim Olawoyin have also reported to camp. Olawoyin is a late replacement for Bayer Leverkusen winger Nathan Tella, who has asked to be excused due to family reasons. Home-based Olarewaju, or rather Olorunleke Ojo, Sadiq Ismail and Kenneth Iboke, as well as the Tanzania defender-based defender Benjamin Tanimu, were the early arrivals in Uyo. Nigeria welcomed South Africa to Uyo on Friday, June 7, before they head out 3 days later to Cote d'Ivoire to battle Benin Republic in a second World Cup qualifier. Away from that, now to players abroad. Let's tell you that veteran Nigerian defender Leon Balogun has signed a contract extension at a Scottish club Rangers ahead of the 2024-2025 football season. The 35-year-old, who is in his second spell with the Scottish Giants, has committed his future to the club for another year. And joining Rangers for the first time in 2020, Balogun enjoyed a successful spell in Scotland, playing a crucial part in the title-winning season that was in the 2020-2021, and lifting the Scottish Cup in the 2021-2022 season, and leaving to join an English club Queen's Park Rangers in 2022. The Nigerian international spent a year in London before returning to the north to rejoin Rangers, and that was in the summer. I have said in the past, and I wish I could have been here sooner in my career, but because it feels satisfied to succeed all the time, I want to win more trophies here and win more titles, he said. As a player who wanted to make sure you are part of the history of the club, because there are not many places in the world where there is a greater honor or a greater privilege. Balogun has 46 caps for Nigeria, and his only goal for the West African Giants came against Central African Republic, and that was in October 2021. And lastly, to wind off on players abroad, Fulham attacking midfielder Alex Iwobi has held surpassing John Mikel Obi 4 minutes played in the Premier League as a big achievement, and is determined to keep that record going. The Arsenal youth product raked up 16,289 minutes of football in England's top flight when he featured in the Cottagers 1-0 defeat to Newcastle United, and he was on April 6th the most by a Nigerian. Mikel has set the record during his 11-year spell at Chelsea, and he will be managed to overtake the former Super Eagles star in his 10th season in the Premier League. And the 28-year-old now sits on 16,808 minutes played at the end of the 2023-2024 campaign, having contributed 5 goals and 2 assists in 30 appearances for Marco Silva's side. He will be also moved ahead of Mikel for matches played in total, which is 253, and has now set his sights on catching Shola Ameobi, who holds the record of 299 outings for the Magpies and Crystal Palace. Moving away from Alex Iwobi, let's go to the continent, Cameroon to be precise. Mark Breeze has been restated as the coach of Cameroon after Samuel Eto'o, the president of the country's football federation, Fecafoot, apologized for a row which led to the Belgian being replaced just 2 days ago. We hear Fecafoot put Martin and Dotongu in interim charge of the Indomitable Alliance on Tuesday night after Eto'o and Breeze were involved in a heated exchange earlier that day when they met for the first time. Breeze had been appointed by Cameroon Sports Ministry in April, but Fecafoot expressed its great astonishment at the move and said the decision had been taken unilaterally. Eto'o confirmed that the 62-year-old will remain in his position during a news conference on Thursday with 2026 World Cup qualifiers on the horizon in early June. Eto'o and Breeze met at Fecafoot's office in Yaoundé on Tuesday, but videos on social media showed a fiery conversation between the pair before the Belgians swiftly left. 8 to 43 years of age, has been the president of Fecafoot since December 2021 and was also shown having a row with an official from the sports ministry. Breeze now looks set to take charge over his first international games after the latest development in the power and struggle between Cameroon's sports ministry and Fecafoot, and the Central Africans are top off at the qualifying Group D with 4 points from 2 games, with the group winners assured of a place at the finals in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. And now let's talk about futsal, football, and African champions. Morocco will face Portugal, Panama, and Tajikistan in the 2024 FIFA Futsal World Cup following the draw for the tournament which was conducted, and that was last week at the Samarkand Registan Square, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The 2024 Futsal World Cup will be held in Uzbekistan later this year, with Futsal Africa Cup of Nations winners Morocco set to face 2 fellow reigning continental kings in Portugal, who are also the defending Futsal World Champions, and Panama, as well as debutants Tajikistan in Group E. Angola, the runners-up at the Futsal AFCON, will battle former world champions Argentina, as well as Ukraine, and debutants Afghanistan in Group C, while Africa's final representative is Libya, who have been drawn in a tough Group D alongside a 2-time World Cup winner Spain and a highly regarded Kazakhstan team, as well as debutants New Zealand. Now for the full draws in Group A. Group A has Uzbekistan, Netherlands, Paraguay, and Costa Rica. Group B has Brazil, Cuba, Croatia, and Thailand. Group C has Argentina, Ukraine, Afghanistan, and Angola. And Group D has Spain, Kazakhstan, New Zealand, and Libya, while Group E has Portugal, Panama, Tajikistan, and Morocco. And Group F has Iran, Venezuela, Guatemala, and France in that group. You're watching Sports Splash on ABS TV. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll get to the international scene and talk about some tennis news. The French Open is still on. That's the second Grand Slam of the year in tennis. And then wind off by telling you about Kylian Mbappe and his new move at Real Madrid. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. We are glad you could join us for the second half of Sports Splash on ABS TV, the first one for the week. And guess I tell you, that's the first one for a brand new day like this. In the first half, we talked about Rita Chickwell, how she was honored by Omonachi community with a novelty match played between Omonachi All-Stars and Rita Chickwell and friends, which ended 3-2 in favor of Rita Chickwell and friends. And I tell you that Rita Chickwell got a brace in that game, and Osinachi Ohale also pulled one back. We equally told you about the man who has this vast experience in stadium construction, ABL, how he offered his professional advice as Super Eagles get set to take on South Africa and the Benin Republic national football team. We told you that Nwabali is now in camp alongside Wilfred Ndidi and Chukwueze. They have arrived Uyo camp ahead of a Friday's World Cup qualifier against South Africa. And we equally told you that Leon Balogun has signed a contract extension at Rangers, and also Iwobi is looking at equaling the record that's set by Shola Ameobi in terms of a number of appearances. He just eclipsed the record in terms of performance, appearance. The record was being held by JJ Okocha. And also we told you on the continent that Breeze has now been restated as the coach of the Cameroonian national team after an initial row with Samuel Eto'o, the president of the Fecafoot. We also told you that Morocco will face Portugal, Panama, and Tajikistan in the upcoming Futsal World Cup. Moving on to other sports news, let's talk about athletics. Great Britain's Matthew Hudson-Smith beat his own 400 meters European record with a convincing victory in his season opener at the Diamond League in Oslo. The 29-year-old around 44.07 seconds as the Brislet games are beaten. He is 44.26 from last year's World Athletics Championships in Budapest. Reigning Diamond League champion Kirani James was second with a season best time of 44.58 seconds, and Ethiopia's Hagus Begivet ran the second fastest 5,000 meters in history. That was in a time of 12 minutes, 36.73 seconds to beat compatriot Yomifa Kejelka following a remarkable 54-second lap last lap. And now let's go to the world of tennis, and Spanish top seed Carlos Alcaraz made another statement of intent by sweeping past Felix Yuga Liasme to reach the French Open quarterfinals. And Alcaraz, 21 years of age, won 6-2, 6-3, 6-1 against the Canadians. The Canada's 21st seed on a rare rain-free day in Paris. And the reigning Wimbledon champion will face Greek 9th seed Stefanos Tsitsipas in the last 8. Tsitsipas, who is bidding to land his first major title, came from behind to beat Italy's world number 35, I beg your pardon, Matthew Andrade, 3-6, 7-6, 6-2, 6-3 in a match that lasted more than 4 hours. Alcaraz is targeting his first French Open title, having already won at the US Open and Wimbledon, but his performances were hampered by a forearm injury which he carried into the clay court major. And lastly, before we get on the show this morning, let's tell you that Kylian Mbappe, yes, Kylian Mbappe has signed a contract to join Spanish giant Real Madrid. Of course, the Champions League winner for the 2023-2024 season. And Kylian Mbappe has signed a contract they signed for them on a free transfer when his Paris Saint-Germain deal expires on the 30th of June. So, asked about Kylian Mbappe at the Parc des Princes. No, he will no longer be playing there, but next season he will be playing at the Santiago Bernabeu. The France striker verbally agreed to move to the Bernabeu in February and then announced that in May he would leave PSG at the end of the season. Kylian Mbappe, 25 years of age, has now signed terms with Real Madrid and will move to Spain when the La Liga transfer window opens officially on the 1st of July. That's coming up next month. Madrid are expected to announce the deal this week and could formally present the forward at the Bernabeu before Euro 2024. Mbappe, a World Cup winner in 2018, is PSG's record goal scorer with 256 goals since he joined them from Monaco on an initial loan, and that was in 2017. So Kylian Mbappe is no longer at PSG right now. Come July 1, he will officially become a Real Madrid player, and we are hearing that Kylian Mbappe could be unveiled as early as this time before the commencement of the Euro Championship. So Kylian Mbappe, a lot to watch about the Real Madrid team, a team that is quite unstoppable. And of course, I've seen their exploit this season. They just defeated Borussia Dortmund, and that was on Saturday in the Champions League finals by 2-0. And now Kylian Mbappe has joined to bolster their attacking lineup, and watch out for more from Real Madrid in the upcoming 2024-2025 season. Well, that's about the show this morning. Sports Flash on ABS TV. I'm quite assured that you've enjoyed at the moment talking sports here on TV. The show will make a return tomorrow for another episode. My name is Ike Nwoked. Have a lovely week, and remember to keep sporting. Bye-bye now.